Hey guys, I'm back with some more content. Try to do like, not leave it too long, try and be a bit more consistent, you feel me? Yeah, I'm gonna be reading, doing some Q&As. I'm reading them off my laptop as always. I'll try to give you eye contact though, because I feel like I hate when I'm reading off something, you know what I mean? Anyway, so yeah, on my Instagram I said to you guys, give me some Q&As and I'm gonna answer them on YouTube, and I got an influx of questions. I'll be so real, I got like over 100. So I've kind of just like randomly picked some because there were so many. I'm gonna try and get through as many as I can. And yeah, so also thank you guys for the love on my recent video and the interactions. I didn't expect it to do so well, so yeah, thank you so much. I'm always just like really surprised when you guys like actually like listening to me talk or something, like I'm always so shocked. Okay, so first question, where are you from? Where did you grow up? Okay, so I was actually born in Aberystwyth in Wales. I was living in a town called Ponterwydd, where my mom is from. And in Wales, I've also lived in Blaenau Festiniog. I think there's like somewhere else as well, not too sure. But yeah, so I was born there and my dad's from Telford, and then they kind of like backed and forth quite a bit. And then when I was like 5, 6 or something, like we was in Telford for good. So yeah. That's where I'm from and that's where I grew up. How old am I? I am 25, born 16th of July 1999, in case any of you want to give me a birthday present. What got you into rapping and how old were you? I would say when I was like 5 and I was living with my dad. Mom and dad separated for like a year or something when I was a kid, and I was living with my dad by choice. So we spent a lot of that time. It's like a really impactful time in my childhood. Just like, my memory is us just like driving around with friends, listening to music, like in the pub, like shooting each other's cars and houses at night with like paintball guns and stuff, like driving around. Like life was lit with my dad. I loved it. My parents got back together though, by the way. I'm very lucky. They're still together now. So yeah. My dad definitely put me on like 50 Cent, Tupac. I remember, so I sat in the front seat of the car and his friends had to sit in the back, and they knew that was a score. And if I was like rapping like an Eminem verse or something like back for back, they're gassing me up. They are gassing me up, speaking life into me. So, you know, when I look back to my childhood, like I actually said this to my dad as well a couple of years ago. I was like, if we're being realistic, was I ever going to be anything else than what I am right now? No, I wasn't. And that's okay, because I was born for this. Okay, what motivates you to write? I'll be real, like sadness, heartbreak, like pain, all that shit. When I'm writing songs, of course, that's what I started writing over. You can make like other songs in it, like about experiences and that. But my main motivation is literally like hurt. Like I know a lot of my songs are out. You'd be like, well, not a lot of them are like sad. And that's because they're not out yet. Like it's because they're sat collecting fucking dust. Yeah, don't shout at me. I'm also from Telford, and our town always gets slated. Can you list 3 good things about Telford? I can motherfucking try. Nah, do you know what I'll say? Yeah, going Brum always makes me appreciate Telford because they're so different. Like you always like admire or like gassed up by the city or whatever when you go. When you're not from a city, okay? Telford is quite big, and what I love about it is the nature. Like I take my boat, I have like a little like blow up boat that I take out on the lake, swim in the lakes. There's so many amazing like spots like the Wrekin, views, Lilleshall, let alone just like driving spots, smoking spots. There was unlimited smoking spots with views when you were younger, and that's all you did. Like it's fucking great. And I would say like growing up, like the spider web on the town park, like because my dad used to like put me on his back and then run up the outside of it so that we could sit at the top together, and then like I could actually climb it by myself by the time I was like 6 or something. I was still quite young, so I was proud of it. So yeah, I swear I listed at least 3 things there, but it's not a bad place. And they're doing a lot like centrally, like to build it up. And Telford Central is bang on central, because anywhere from central is like 10 minutes or something like that. Tips on balancing life versus career versus goals versus family and motherhood. I don't have tips because I burn out all the time. Like it's a lot. You get guilt if you're not with your kid 247, and then like if you know there's a time period where you are at home with him 247, you're like, I'm not doing enough, I'm not making enough money. Like, it's a constant internal battle. And yeah, like, for me, like, with like goals and family and motherhood and everything that I'm doing right now, like everything that I'm working towards, is because, you know, I remember after I left my baby dad when my son was like 2 months old, and I remember looking at my son and thinking, like, I've got to go out and get it now, like I need to do something. And I wanted him to see like his mom doing something she loved, and I wanted to build an empire so he didn't have to do the graft for it as well, and he could just have the freedom to do what he wanted to do with his life when he's older. So saying that, this is why it all started. My absolute dream is to have a family and to have like an amazing husband that is a man of God. So if that meant stepping away from certain things that I do or certain things that I want to do, then I'd be okay with that, because my main dream is coming home to a house full of love. If I don't have that, that's what I'm working towards. Like personally, if I know that I could obtain all the success, money-wise, material-wise, I could do whatever I wanted, but if I don't come home to a house full of love, then I don't want it. You know what I'm saying? Kids grow up as well. Kids grow up. I grew up. So, okay. Who has pulled out of battling with you? Okay. So I can't remember which was first. I really can't. I just can't. Obviously me and Prinley had an initial battle, and she didn't pull up on the day, and she was all over the line saying it's because she wanted to battle a racist, and that, which is crazy, because she then battled a racist like three months later. Then I had a battle scheduled with Renea. Now, in her defense, she did cancel it within the same week that it was booked. I had already started writing, because I do. If I got, you tell me, I'm gonna start. I did. I'm pretty sure on her birthday, I think it was her birthday, I said like happy birthday, if you want to like reschedule the battle, because I know a lot of fans want it and stuff, and I think it'll be a good battle, then let's do it. And she didn't respond to that part of the message, basically, so I'm just assuming it's just not something that she wants to do anymore, which is cool. At the time I wasn't like annoyed. I think it's like when you start writing, you're like, oh, like I've started writing, and it's like, well, for nothing. But like, I very much get it when things change personally, and it's not like other situations, you know what I'm saying, where it'd been locked in for a while, and it was like, it was within the same week, so I will give it that. Like, it's not like it's not a thing, innit? Like, it's not a thing. What else? Who's the other one? So the battle that, when I actually ended up battling Prinley on the 19th of Jan, that was meant to be a battle with somebody else. So I was meant to be battling a girl from America, I think it goes by the name Deja, Big D. And yeah, I think we'd scheduled that in like early December or something, maybe even late November, but I could be capping there. I think it's like early December. And then, yeah, like 2 weeks before the battle, just after Christmas and stuff, people aren't, like, no one could get hold of her, and like her management couldn't get hold of her or some shit. And basically, well, the battle never went ahead, did it? So there you go. But I trust in God. Everything happened for a reason. You know what I'm saying? How did you feel about Prinley tapping out? It says again. So I'm not surprised because of like the person and like her character and morals and stuff. Like, you know, she's not very like good for business. Do you know what I'm saying? Like unpredictability, and doesn't really like respect the platform or like the people that, or even like your opponent. Because before, like, I didn't really respect you as a person, but I would respect you as my opponent, and I'm gonna stand there, and regardless of what happened, I'd have listened to you spit. I clapped every round. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't a thing like that. I didn't like that she put her hands on me. It's like she touched my hair round 2, and I said, don't touch me. And then round 3 came, she did the same. And I know bitches, because I am a bitch. You're just using the battle as an excuse to put hands on me. We don't like each other. It's not a normal battle, so touching each other and that, like, it's weird. Like, do you know what I'm saying? That's a different type of fight. Like, so I think I was just like annoyed that you haven't even at least got it in you to just stand there and let me say my 3rd round, because she felt like she got cut off. But the whole point is, like, you put your hands on me again. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, what do you think this is? And then drop the mic. Like, if you're a real battler, you just fucking keep going. Do you know what I'm saying? You just fucking keep going. And if you are a battler, then you respect your opponent, don't you? So it is what it is. I think, like, I'm not surprised by the way she handled things. Like, it was a back and forth thing about whether I wanted to re-accept the battle because she'd stood me up before, and just on principle I didn't want to do it again. But I knew that a lot of you guys wanted to see the battle, which is half the reason as to why I said yes. So yeah, I think, like I said, I trust in God. Everything happens for a reason. I always stay true to myself, and my character, and my principles. So I can never feel too much type of way because I've stayed true to myself. I can't control other people. You can never control other people. It is what it is. And I know that she's continuing to wild out online. And when people are acting in a way that you can't understand, and like you can't explain their behaviour, and or you almost feel embarrassed for them, it's testament to your character when you can't understand the way someone's acting. So yeah, that's really all I got to say about it. Did the roast from the battles ever get to you or hurt your feelings? I'd say no. Like, I experienced a lot of hate online before I went on Pen Game anyway, from when I did Maggie in My Hand. So I feel like that song showed me that it didn't matter what I was going to put online. There was going to be so many of you that hated anyway. I was just like, cool, I'm just going to do my thing. In fact, I'm going to create controversy. I'm going to make you guys wild out in the comments. I don't care. So no, it definitely doesn't hurt my feelings. And also, you've got to look at the mouth it's coming from and decide whether you think they hold the power to hurt your feelings, what they say. Like, are you going to give them the power to hurt your feelings? Like, it's them. Like, you've got to see where, you know what I'm saying? The type is like, never take criticism of someone you wouldn't take advice from. It's the same sort of thing. Like, and we know what we're entering ourselves into. So I know that you're going to like say whatever you can, clutch at any straw. That's it. I would say, ever hurt me or they don't get to my feelings. I'd say the only emotion that will ever get struck is just like annoyance when people make up shit, because there's a lot of stuff that you could say at me, there's a lot of angles you could come at me for, do you know what I'm saying? So when you just make up shit, I just see it as very weak, because there's a lot that you could say and you're choosing to make up stories. That's not that ain't heavy for me, do you know what I'm saying? That ain't strong. Will you be doing more ukulele videos? If you guys want, then yeah, like, do you know what it is? I'm not Whitney Houston, and I'm very fucking aware of that. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I like to sing, I enjoy to sing. I got an alright voice. Sometimes, I'll be real, there's some days that like I can't even fucking sing. My ukulele is very expressive. It's mainly just like fucking sad songs that I write on there. But if you guys want me to, then yeah, I'll do it. Guys, if you guys want to see me do it, of course I'll do it for you. Of course I'll do it for you. Guys give me so much love. Have you ever thought about your dream wedding and what your dress would look like? This is quite random, but cool. I definitely want to be barefoot. I definitely want to be on like a nice sandy beach, maybe like Dominican Republic or Jamaica would be like amazing. Not something too heavy, just something like really pretty and flowing, just complimentary, do you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want the dress to like overpower me. I just want it to be quite natural. I think these days I'm quite natural anyway, so yeah, I just want it to like reflect that, I guess. But yeah. What celeb would you love to battle rap? None. Like, I don't fucking know. To be honest, I didn't grow up watching battle rap. I grew up watching 8 Mile. Okay, that's the only battle rap that I never fucking experienced. I didn't grow up watching like Don't Flop. I wasn't part of the whole battle rap culture growing up. So yeah, it's not something that like I've ever been thinking, oh, I want to battle you. It's more like I get offered an opponent and I consider whether that's the right move for me or not. That's pretty much it. I would say, who would I love to cuss out? And maybe Beyonce, but I fear that by the time it got aired, I'd probably be dead. Do I believe in Jesus? Yes, I believe in Jesus. I love Jesus. I have my own personal relationship with him. I actually had a very strong calling to Allah. And it was in that calling that I found the truth, that is Jesus. And yeah, I love Jesus. Jesus saved my life enough times. Even when I was giving thanks to the wrong name. How do you handle the hate? I think like you just have to laugh about it. Like, you can't, you know what I'm saying? The thing is, yeah, there's like millions of comments, like millions of hate comments. There's millions of love comments, there's millions of hate comments. Like, am I gonna sit there and like cry about it? Like, no, it's coming from fucking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 user, do you know, some bullshit. It's really not a thing. Like I said, you kind of get used to it and you're putting yourself out there, so people are gonna say shit. And like I said before, when you can't understand why people are saying shit, it's a testament to you. Like, I'm not someone that would ever like see something, think that person's ugly or think that person's got this and comment and let them know and make sure they know that I think this of them, because I just think that's fucking weird. Like, you gotta have some darkness and some hate in here to be able to project that. Do you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I don't know, pray for them. And I really do pray for them. Like, you know what I'm saying? Prinley, if you're watching this, girl, after what you were saying yesterday, I prayed for you, because that just showed me you needed it more than anything. One thing you've learned about being a woman in the rap game, loads of things. I could say a million negative things, but there's also positive things as well. Do you know what I'm saying? I would say with women, there's a lot less, with like the women's division, there's less competition. Not as many women are trying to rap. Every man and their dog are on the mic at the moment. With girls, not as much. Do you get what I'm saying? So I think although it might be harder to get your foot in the door or whatever, there is definitely less competition, I would say. But you've got to be worthy, do you know what I'm saying, of competition. I would say the biggest is that you don't get taken seriously a lot of the time. You have to work like extra hard to get people's respect, to get noticed, to even just like to get people to look up. But you learn to love it. Well, I don't fucking know about the rest of you bitches, but me, I learned to love it, because if your reality is that you're seen as an underdog all the time, then you just use it to your advantage. Like, I actually get a kick out of, you know, people giving me that look when they hear me spit for the first time, or they're like, or, you know, because they underestimate you and then you supersede their expectations every single time. That's a great feeling. I'd actually rather you think less of me and me be able to come up here in your standards than you thinking that I'm going to be this amazing thing and then not live up to an expectation you've got in your head. So I think perspective is just everything. I think I just spat then. That's so gross. My bad. It was a lisp, guys. Say it, don't spray it. Top 3 traits in a man that you love. Honesty / transparency. I say like patience, especially with me. Patience. A man of God. Like, how it is now, if they're not a man of God and they haven't got a relationship with Jesus, then it just wouldn't happen. But there's like a million things, I'll be so real. Like, I'm very, it's so hard for me to like find someone that I see in that way, because you know what it is, like, obviously I'm in a male dominated environment, so a lot of guys will see that as, oh, you're around guys all the time, like, you know, like, I can't do it. Do you know how hard it is for someone to catch my eyes? I'm seeing a million guys a day. You think that I'm looking at them like that? I'm looking at them like work. Do you know what I'm saying? So yeah, for me, it's just like, for you to even catch my attention in that way is a big thing, because my brain just switches off to it. I'll be so real. I'm on my relationship with Jesus, guys. Okay, I almost skipped one. I'm actually excited to answer this one, because it gives me opportunity to talk about something that I do want to do that I haven't spoke about yet. Would you fight in misfits? Yeah, like, that's part of my plan. That's part of my future perspectives. Like, music, respectfully, just how I got y'all's attention. Not music, sorry, battle rap. So yeah, I definitely want to do it. I was actually talking to somebody about this, an event I was at a couple months ago, and just kind of like what time frame I want to do it in, because for me, the only reason why I'm not doing it right now is because when I accept something, I like to take it seriously. I want to be able to dedicate my time to it properly, discipline myself in the areas I need to. So for me, I'm definitely not mentally disciplined enough to take that on. I haven't got the time freedom to be able to dedicate to that yet, but I'm hoping, I don't even want to give a time frame to you guys in case you pressure me, set myself up to fail there, but hopefully, like, I don't know, I just said I'm not going to give you a time frame. I'm like, okay, so yeah, I don't know, in the future, in the foreseeable future. So yeah, okay, moving on. How tall am I? I'm like 5'8.5/9, closer to like 5'9", it's just like kind of in between. We'll say 5'9", because it's like I'm always wearing shoes. So yeah, and I always felt quite tall, I can't lie, because, you know, like, friends growing up, we have like friends that are like 5'2". I feel like a fucking rugby player next to them. Are you crazy? Because I'm tall and you're just like this petite tiny little thing. Feeling like Shrek. I'm feeling like Shrek next to them, next to Lord Farquaad. That's what it's like, especially next to my sister, because my sister, the fucking bitch, yeah, you know, like, your little sister is like 5'4". It's like beautiful, like stunning, like perfect. That's what it felt like growing up. But nah, shout out to my sister. She's the most beautiful person in the whole world, and I love her. Obviously, it's my fucking sister. Everyone wants to know, is something going on with you and Grams? Guys, of course something's going on with me and Grams. We're battling on the 16th. Duh. Make sure that you're live streaming on Lounges if you want to see it live, or you can just wait for whenever they upload on YouTube. It's up to you. I think it's like a tenner to stream, and just in case you guys wanted to know if it is worth it, you know what I'm saying? You revealed a lot about others in a battle rap. How do you source info? I just look them up. Now, in like my Don't Flop on Premiere battles, it was a lot easier. The guys, they ain't got their shields up, and I think it's because they didn't really expect people to go like all FBI on them, and like girls are like next level fucking psycho anyway. Like, we're built for that shit. With Pen Game, people know that they're researching, so I think, you know, like I'll be real, when it came to Pen Game, I wasn't even looking for that as much. Like, with my first opponent anyway, I had enough to go off just on her socials. Like, I was like, I don't even need to do what mum and dad. But I remember when I was doing a battle with Lysergic, and I said to him, like, your mum and dad got married in black and red fits. And he was like, how did you know that? And I'm thinking, boy, I went through your mum's whole wedding album on her Facebook, bro. You don't know that shit's public. It's public records. So yeah. What's the weirdest thing you've been called as a redhead? Probably everybody's fantasy. What are the weirdest lines you've heard about you? Probably, okay, in my Kusha battle, the ones that I was confused at, was when she's like, shake your ass for the gram. Show me a video of me shaking ass on the gram. I literally advocate against that shit. Bitch, please. 2, when she's like, she was saying that like my mum left me twice. That like I didn't have a mum in my life. And I was thinking, I don't, like, that's not true. Like, I was thinking, okay, like, where'd you get that from? Maybe I'd spoke somewhere that my mum and dad separated for like a year when I was a kid, and like she took that in a different way. Like, I'm not too sure. But yeah, I was a little bit confused. But yeah, I don't know. If you want me to bring my mum next time, I can, but she's fucking crazy, bro. She scares me. And what else? Probably in my Prinny battle, what did she say? I'm trying to think what she said now. She said like, I don't post my kid because he's black or something. Well, obviously I don't post my son. The internet is literally full of, you know, snedophiles. So I'm not trying to expose him to that. He's not asking to be, and it's my job to protect him, brother. Also, my son's not black. So that just shows me how little she knows. What else did she say? She said a couple of things I was like, I was just confused about. Do you know why I was confused? Because you could have said a lot, you know what I'm saying? But you chose to make up lies. So I'd say they're probably like the weirdest ones. Oh, all the ones about like me and Margs or stuff like that. It's like Margs wishes, guys. Yeah, Margs could not pull me. Sorry, Margs, nothing personal. Do you know what I'm saying? It's just so many in the comments like believed it. They were like, oh, she's been exposed as a bop, she's been run through by the whole Pen Game people. And I'm like, is it? How was I, Margs? Could you let them know if I was any good, please? It's jokes. Do you know what was jokes is that people thought Prinley's mouth was a viable source of information. Like okay. How did you get into battle rap? Okay, I got into battle rap because Don't Flop messaged me. They actually messaged me in the August of 23, and what was her name? Milano D or something like that. I was meant to battle her, and then she pulled out, and so the whole thing didn't go ahead. And then because they wanted like an all girls event, then they rescheduled it. I ended up battling Buffy B in January of last year. That's how it started. And then Premier reached out to me and I did a battle with them, and then did Don't Flop again, and then did Premier again. And then I was done with battling. I was done. I was like, yeah, fuck this shit. Some shit went on and I was like, yeah, I'm done, I'm out. And then basically Pen Game called me and they was like, yo, okay, you wanna do it? And I was like, I'd always said I wouldn't do it. Like, nah, I'm done. And they was like, come on, do it. I said, give me a couple of days to think about it. And ended up like literally agreeing to it the same day because he was like, let's do it. But yeah, obviously I'm grateful that I ended up doing it because I'm here now, and that's how I got all of you guys as well. That's how I have so much support, which is so overwhelming. It's crazy, but I'm so thankful for it. So yeah, like, do you know what was weird about like the whole battle rap? Because I'd never like grown up watching it. was like, I'd only grown up watching Eminem in 8 Mile. And then with my very first like on beat rap battle that I did, the internet exploded saying that like Feminem, like this is the modern day version of 8 Mile and all this shit. And I'm not gonna lie, guys, the inner child inside of me was geeking the fuck out over it, because it's like that's the only battle rap I knew prior to actually battling myself. And then you guys are telling me that I've just like, I used to watch that every night going to sleep. I'm not capping. When it's just me and my dad, I watched 8 Mile every night to go to sleep, and he's made me skip the sex scenes. Yeah, I was a good kid, so I did. And I watched it every night, and like I loved him. Do you know what I'm saying? I was in love with Eminem, so that was my inner child's loving it. Of course it is. It's the biggest fucking compliment ever. Which verse that you've written for Pen Game are you most proud of? Either one that I never got to spit, or I would say probably my first round with Kusha, because that's really what led most of you guys that will be watching this and that subscribe to me to find me, was through them shorts and that all blowing up all over my YouTube. Either that or the second round, I would say. The second round because it's so controversial as well, like with like the wig stuff. Like there was so many guys so many guys and women pressed at the whole like wig bars and that, and it just like exploded the internet. And for me, I'm here to be controversial, you get it. So when I've done a round that's successfully creating mass of controversy and questions, and then that's one form of success and why I'm proud of it. And then my first round was viewed as my weakest round, I would say, by the people around me when I was practicing, and so I actually felt like I had less faith. I didn't think much of my first verse, and then my first verse blew up everywhere, and I was like, oh shit, like, you know what I'm saying, like I just felt like a bit more proud of it then. Because I actually did like it, but you know when like you're taking in other people's opinions, sometimes you got to shout out other people's opinions. Sometimes they're very valuable. You just got to learn to sift through. Do you know what I'm saying? And I think like an American page like posted me a couple of weeks ago on Instagram. They basically put my first verse and they were like, oh, this is the coldest female lyricist coming out of the UK or something. And it literally almost brought me to tears. Like I was just at home with my kid and I was just like, yo, this is fucking sick. Like, what the hell? You guys, I shouldn't say what the hell. I'm really bad with cussing. This was something that I'm really trying to get out of. That's why I say, oh my goodness, instead of, I'll say, oh my goodness. Did you watch that foot silent video of me? I'm like, oh my goodness. I was thinking, bitch, how many times do you want to say, oh my goodness? That is the end of my Q&A. If I didn't answer enough, I want you to do a part 2. Bam. Because to be honest, I just asked Instagram, you know what I'm saying? And that's very selfish of me. I apologise. So if you want like a part 2, spam my comments away. And we can do a part 2, or just leave me like suggestions of what you do want to see. If you ain't trying to do up this, that's cool. But thank you for making it to the end of my video. Thank you for all the support. I'm battling Grams on March 16th on a Sunday. And I'm really excited for that battle. So yeah, I'll see you guys soon. Mwah.